Hi, welcome to the Webex training, very meta. I'm going to go through how to set up your preferences for Webex training, how to download and install the Outlook add-in, and how to set up your very first training session. So first of all, I want to make sure that you're using Google Chrome. The department installs and makes the default in your taskbar Internet Explorer. So that's the little blue E. You'll notice I don't have it. Friends don't let friends use Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is no longer a supported browser, and so a lot of companies are no longer making sure that their applications work. So it's a bit hit and miss. So just to be on the safe side, go with Google Chrome. It's already installed on your machine. There's an icon on your desktop, or if you come down to the magnifying glass here and type Google, it comes up and you can just right click and pin that to your taskbar, and then it's always there for you, just like every other application. Once you've got Google Chrome open, you need to go to the following web address: educationwa.webex.com. Once you have got that site loaded, I suggest you go up to your three dots here, Bookmarks, bookmark this tab, and that way it's going to be there for you in the future. You've got a little sign in button. Drop down the arrow and select Office 365 and then sign in. If you do it the other way, it will still work. It just saves one little step. So this recognizes that I already have a session with my Office 365 login because I'm already logged in to connect. If you haven't already logged in to connect today, it will just take you to a login page, just like your Connect one, and it'll be super easy. So what we're going to do first is download here. So on the left-hand side, you've got Home, Meetings, Recordings, Preferences, Insight, Support, and Downloads. We're going to download the Outlook add-in. That's called the Cisco Webex Productivity Tools. If you click on this link here, download, here it comes. And I now click on that to run it. And you'll just click next. Mine says to repair or remove because I've already got it installed. If you haven't, it will say install. It's just next, okay. And then you will need to restart Outlook in order to do to make sure that they're there. And I'll go through how we're going to use those in a little bit of time. So the next thing that you want to do though is go down here all the way down to Webex Training. When you click on that, you get the training session options on the left-hand side here. You want to go down to Setup and then click on Preferences. In your preferences, make sure that you are in the locale of Australia. By default, it is US. Go to your Meet Now settings and ensure that you're on Webex Training and that your meeting template is also the Webex Training default. Now, this is only if you're using the Meet Now button, which is one of the options in Outlook. It's probably not the one you're going to use all the time, but it's good to have it set, ready to go anyway. So it's got an automatic topic set, which I've just made something nice and generic, and I've made my meeting password 4 zeros. The department recommended in their training to use VoIP. I don't think it matters whether you have WebEx Audio or VoIP. The video system, we just leave with all the defaults. My personal room. These section, the important one to make sure that you've got ticked here is this one. Make sure that it is not ticked, that it is unchecked. Let others host my personal room without me. Nope, you do not want anyone to be able to do that. The next one you should come down to is scheduling options. Make sure that delete meetings is unchecked. Make sure your default meeting type is Webex Training. And have the quick start page and show quick start page to attendees are checked. They're just some little niceties that you can have. So when you've done those, click on save. And OK. The next thing that we're going to do is set up a template that you can use for all of your meeting or your training sessions. So if you go under host a session on the left here and click on schedule training, it comes up as if you are going to do a training session. Now, again, the department suggested use VoIP. I don't think it really matters. You can leave this because we're just setting some options. The important options you want to set are these ones, session options. Click on the Edit Options button, and we want to uncheck file transfer so students can't transfer files to each other. And we're going to uncheck video because I don't really need to use up bandwidth space seeing them at the moment. You may have reasons why you want to, but as a default, I don't need to see that. I'm going to leave chat on. I'm doing this with year 12s, and the ones that I have are quite lovely classes that is acceptable. Lower school, I would have that unchecked. I'm happy with these settings so that they can see the number of attendees and the attendee list. If I now click on save and then keep scrolling all the way down to the bottom, I want to click on this as save as template. Oh, sorry, I have to specify a topic. So I'm going to call this year 12 Cert 3. Now, save as template, and I'm going to call this my Cert 3 template. Okay, so now we're going to hop on over into Outlook, and we are going to I don't really need to see all my emails. We're going to go to this one here. Now, if I hover over that, I want to click on the little arrow. So I bring up this menu. I want to go to More and Meeting Templates. It's going to bring up a little thing here. And I want to say that my meeting template is the Webex Training default, or I've created that lovely Cert 3 one there, so I'm going to select that as my Cert 3 template, or my student lock template. I've created a few for different, but my Cert 3 template I'm pretty happy with, and I'm going to set that as my default and then close it. So now if I click on schedule a meeting, it brings up a little Cisco Webex productivity tools. I'm making sure that the meeting template is my Cert 3 one, that the Webex training is the meeting type, and the password, I'm going to make it BSB30115, which is something that if students don't click the link, if they just go to the Webex website or they have the Webex application, they can put that in manually. So it's nice and easy for them to type. I click OK in my settings. And now I want to invite my students. Now this is for tomorrow at 9 a.m. And it's going to go until 10. And I have done another video on how to get student email addresses out of DAM. So you might want to watch that and copy those email addresses, paste them in here. And then I type my subject. So this is my certificate 3 business knowledge question discussion. We're going to do tomorrow. So location is Webex training. And then I've got a little note that I wanted to say to my year 12s, Control V. And then I just click send and it will appear in my calendar. Here it is. And you can see that it's updated the session number and the session password there, and there's the link for them to follow. I will do another video on how to actually host your meeting, and if you've got any other questions, just let me know and I will be more than happy to help you out. Good luck.